So we're just sitting here enjoying an afternoon cup of tea, and we are in our new campsite, and our new campsite is in Trephina Gorge. Trephina Gorge, and this is the Panorama campsite. There's 3 campsites here: the Bluff campsite, Trephina Gorge campsite, and the Panorama campsite, and we're in Panorama. And the reason they call it Panorama is because of this. Have a look at this. There we go. That's what we're looking out at. How stunning is that? Absolutely beautiful. And there, we'll pan around this way a little bit further. And there's another couple of massive rocky headlands over that way as well. But the sun's just going down. It's just coming on 5 o'clock. So we're going to go over and light the fire pit. So the only thing with Panorama is that there's only one communal fire pit, whereas the others have a greater number of smaller fire pits, which would have been nice, but you can't beat this view. That is just truly amazing. So there's a heap of walks here. We're going to do them tomorrow. We're here for 3 nights, so we've got a couple of days that we can do some hikes, which will be great. Looking forward to that. Just saying, it'd be wonderful to be able to hike to the top of that ridge. It's an awesome looking ridge. But unfortunately, that's not one of them. Anyway, we'll show you around tomorrow once we get out and start walking. Another beautiful day here in the NT, and another great day for hiking. And we're going to be heading off doing the Ridgetop Trail. We're not going to do all of it because that's 18 kilometres. So there's a lookout up there somewhere, and the return trip to the lookout is about 11 kilometres. So yeah, straight up the hill. So apparently we go up the hill, bit of a hike to start with, and then it's relatively flat once we're up the top, hopefully. Rightio, here we go. Top temperature today meant to be about 18 degrees, but it is beautiful and warm in the sunshine. So that's just looking down into the Trephina Gorge. It's beautiful. It's quite stunning. That Trephina Gorge, I reckon, would be worth doing a morning trip and an afternoon trip, because you get the sun on this side of the gorge in the morning and the sun on the other side in the afternoon. And up and up and up we go. You can see the top up there. But the view's getting good. Quite an incredible range of mountains, this MacDonnell Ranges. This is the East MacDonnell, of course. West MacDonnell is where we were a couple of days ago. Wow. There's a really funny pyramid shaped one over there. That's cool. Where is she? Right up the hill. Better get going. So 1.5k up, and we are almost at the same height as those massive cliffs that loom over us down in the camping ground. That's them over there to the left. So it's a significant climb. Should have had a look at the altitude at the bottom. Anyway, doesn't matter. Keep going, but that's only 1.5k. Still got another 3.5, or 4.5, no, 3.5 to get to the lookout. And we're still going up. 2k in, we're still going up. Up, up, up.
So is that the rock that we're camped under?
No, the one we camped under is that one over there. This is the one that with the lone...
Yeah, on that side.
Yeah, with the lone white gum right up on the top. Gee, have a look at it.
It's like craters on the moon.
It does. Could be Mars, but with a few more trees.
Not many.
Well, hopefully there's a few. We've got to go and try and find some firewood later on today.
Out of the national park, of course.
Out of the national park, which isn't a big drive, it's only a little drive. Rightio, keep going. Oh, it's an unbelievable range, isn't it? It's just beautiful in its own rugged, dry sort of a way.
of a drink.
We're on the final leg, only about 400 metres to go. Must be a VHF repeater tower, I'd say. That one there. Solar panels have revolutionised the world, haven't they? Can stick these things up here, plug in a few batteries. So there we go, turn and look out, 400 metres, 450 metres. Okay, so this is it. We're there at the lookout. It was at 5.8k. The visitor's book. I'll have to sign that. There's probably no pen in there. Whoops, dropped my stick. Oh. So, at least it's gone to the edge. It's about a, I'd say, 300 metre drop.
But I'm very responsible.
So she's gone right to the edge, but she's just said I'm not allowed to go. So we've signed the visitor's book. Where are we? There we go. Andrew and Lisa at Terra Around Australia from Perth. So if you see our name in the book, or you stick your name in the book, let us know. Rightio, home we go. Well, we're back. So that was just under 12k, 11.5, wasn't it? About 11.5k. Really good walk. Look out at the end was beautiful, absolutely stunning. It's the only trouble with it is it's really rocky underfoot, so we're getting a bit footsore after all our hiking. So we really feel it when it's a rocky track. But it was a really nice walk, and if you're into your walking, yeah, it's worth doing for sure. So now we've got a little bit of a charcuterie board for lunch, if that's how you pronounce it, I have no idea. And then this afternoon we're going to go off and see if we can find some firewood. So because we're going to have spuds in the ashes tonight, baked spuds. Looking forward to that. And a cup of coffee. So here's a magnificent specimen. This is reputedly the largest ghost gum in Australia. 33 metres high, and it would have to be a good, I'd say 1.5 metres in diameter at the trunk. How gorgeous is that? Absolutely beautiful. So this morning we're at the John Hayes Rockhole, still in the Trephina Gorge National Park, and we're going to do a walk called the Chain of Ponds walk, which is 3.5k. Hour and a half, they reckon, which is meant to be pretty specky. So we'll have a look. Road in here is a bit rugged. It's about 4 kilometres off the main road into the Trephina Gorge National Park, and it's pretty rugged. You certainly wouldn't do it in a 2-wheel drive. It's easy enough in a 4-wheel drive. No real problems. So here we go. Chain of Ponds walk, 90 minutes return. So slowly working our way back to the Chain of Ponds Gorge, about 1 kilometre down the creek. Very dry creek. Beautiful rocks. The colours in the rocks are amazing. But you can see just ahead of us is where the gorge starts. And then I think somehow we have to get across that. Not 100% sure. Rightio, we've come across our first pond in the Chain of Ponds. Lisa has a very strong affiliation with water of late, so hopefully she'll keep her socks dry this time. And we're into the gorge. Yeah, nice little gorge. It's like a mini Carragini gorge, really, isn't it? It's another pond. Just looking at that big cave up there. A while ago that the NT really does rock swell. They have some beautiful looking rocks. Tassie has a lot of rocks, but they've gone for quantity over quality. But boy, there's some great rocks in the NT. It starts getting a little bit trickier here now, so we've got to get up onto that little rocky ridge, and then it comes back down again into the gorge. So a little bit of rock scrambling to do. Uh-oh, water crossing. Make sure they're not wobbly rocks. Yahoo! She made it. A little bit of rock clambering here. Cool rocks, cool gorge. Don't you think?
Nice walk.
Great walk, yeah, really, really good walk. Certainly worth doing that one. So what's that? That was the Chain of Ponds walk, and then double up to the Wallace's Rock Pool. Okay, what the road in.
Restart.
So this is a bit of a sample of what the road in is like. It's as we mentioned, 4 kilometres, but there's probably half of it is okay, and half of it is pretty ordinary, but definitely 4-wheel drive material.
They do say high clearance 4-wheel drive, so
Yeah, I don't think that would be a problem, but yeah, you won't get your bongo van or your wicked camper in here, that's for sure.
well, you probably can. Hire vehicles, you know what they're like. You can go anywhere, anytime.
Anywhere. Right, yeah, do a bit of concentrating. We're in low range, makes it easier on low range. So we're going to go for a little walk up Trephina Gorge, which is right on the edge of the campsite. Literally a 100-metre walk from where we're camped. And it's nice and shady here this afternoon. It's meant to be a little bit of indigenous art on one of the walls up here as well. But this will be the second last walk we do here in the Trephina Gorge National Park. Tomorrow morning we might get up early, or some of us might get up early and do that. It's meant to be gorgeous as the sun's coming up, which fortunately isn't until about 7 o'clock, so it's not really an early rise.
He'll be on his own.
When I get back there'll be a cup of tea waiting for me. So anyway, we'll just go for a wander up the gorge. Glorious afternoon sunshine, it's just beautiful. Might be a bit hard to see it, but there's some indigenous art just on the walls, just in here, just in that little section just there, and over on the edges there. We've become a little bit obsessed about indigenous art. It's so nice to see it around the place. Oh, there's a bit more in the waters here too. Wow, so that's it, Trephina Gorge. It's not a very long gorge, it's probably only 200 or 300 or maybe 400 metres long. Then it opens out again into the river. But she's a stunner, absolute stunner. Up, and we'll be pulling out of here, which is a bit sad. We've really enjoyed our stay here under the beautiful mountains. You can't see it at the moment, it's up there. As we're saying here, they've got drop dunnies. There's plenty of water and drinking water as well. Same as always, they recommend you boil it, but they are marked as drinking water taps. How's that hill? Beautiful. But there's, I think there's 8 sites. Hang on, we'll go back to the sign and have a look. So this is the Panorama camp. There's 3 camps. We're in the Panorama one. So here, I'll show you the layout. So we're in number 6. It's quite small. Numbers 3 and 4 also quite small, but 1, 2, 5 and 7 are plenty big enough. You'll get a good sized caravan in there. But 3, 4 and 6, I wouldn't go much bigger than 18 foot in there. You might be struggling. But it's a beautiful spot. Really area.
Nice spot.
And communal fire pit, which are great. We love a communal fire pit. A couple of nice clean barbies there and some drinking water. The other thing I forgot to mention was you can get Optus reception here. It's 3.5G. I think they H-band, whatever they call it. Not quite 4G, but it's good enough for a bit of browsing. You wouldn't want to download movies or anything like that. But that's Optus, no Telstra, just Optus, which is the same for most of the national parks in the Northern Territory as it is for WA. Okay, go and see the boss is ready and we'll hook up and get going. Love those mountains.